and you'll go ahead the second schedule meeting. If you are going to host the meeting and you want to schedule it, you can simply click on that one, schedule one. So once you click on schedule, you would have this screen in front of you. Why I'm trying to go through one time and explaining you, because once I try to do it all the options online, you would have already the experience. Might be you are using the Zoom from long time, might be everyone know about this one, but might be some of the special options which you need to know, and that would be helpful for you. So this list in front of you, you need to select the topic name, and then you have to choose the date and time, and you can go with meeting ID. There are two options: generate automatically and personal meeting ID. Personal meeting ID, it would remain same for every time, so you can send it the one time and everyone can join with the same meeting. But normally we have to go with the generate automatically because we are generating different type of sessions, so it would help to make it unique IDs. Password, required meeting password. If you click on that one, then it will ask you to set the password, and with the meeting link you need to send the password to the person who need to attend. So if he has this password, he can log in, otherwise he cannot log in. But sometimes to avoid any confusion, we do not go ahead with this checkbox, but it's up to you. If you want to restrict your meeting and you want to make it private for only a few people, you can generate a password for this one. The video host and participants. By default, both options are on. I mean, the video host can share their video and participants can share their video. So it depends upon you. If you're not going to give the option to the participants to switch on their videos, so you can make it off. For example, you have too many people, 50, 60 or 100 people. If you give them access for the video, so it can have the network issues or internet issues, something can possible. So if you want to give the participants option for on, you can go ahead with this one. Audio setting, the next one is audio setting, that is telephone, computer audio, telephone and computer audio. You can use three different options. Telephones, because telephone line can be used to join the meeting, or computer audio if you're using your a laptop or your a tab or whatever the thing, you can go ahead with this one. Telephone and computer audio, you can select with this one. Either anyone is coming from the telephone, mobile, or someone is coming from the computer, they both are allowed to go with the telephone and computer audio. So better to go with this third option. Calendar means you have to select one of them, that it will schedule and it will remind you later on that you do have a meeting. The last option is advanced option, that is enable waiting room, enable join before host, and mute participants on entry. Waiting room is, it means that you do not want everyone to enter your meeting directly. You want to put them everyone like in the waiting room. But the problem with this option is, by default all these options are enabled. You can uncheck or check for enable or disable. The problem with the waiting room, that for example, you have 10 or 15 participants, it's okay. You need to authenticate everyone, then they can enter to the meeting. So for example, you have 100 or 200 or 300 participants, it would not be easy for you to give authentication for everyone. Everyone have to click over there. So normally what we do not enable waiting room. Enable join before host, that's good. 15 minutes before, you can give them chance to join the meeting. Mute participants on entry, that is really important options, that you must have to go with the mute participants on entry, because sometimes it is happening like people just got connected with the meeting, but they're at home, they're busy with the kids or some guests or something like that, and they do not focus on that one, that their voiceover is going online, so it can be distraction for the host. So better to go with the mute participant. But later on, all these options can be enable or disable during the session as well. So no worry about this one. Once you've done all the list, you simply need to click on schedule and your meeting would be done, scheduled. And how to schedule a meeting using desktop application. For example, like before I told you that you are going to access everything by using your online and desktop applications mean online, the web based, you are going to like schedule it. You do not have the application at that time. So how you can use it, that is again, this is one option I want to discuss with you, that at the time of registration, once you are logged in with the web, there is one option required. Why do we use this option? This option is used, for example, once you check this option, I will show you in the practical session that once you check this option, it will, once someone try to join your meeting, there are three options mean displayed in front of him or her, that is first name, last name, and email address. So this is the email address is mandatory to log in to join this meeting. So for example, you are going to plan to collect the email for everyone, so you have to check this one required, otherwise you can go ahead without this one. So same options, similar options, you can use it as I told you, that online meetings similarly you need to log in with that one, and you can have all the options in front of you. You may be redirected to the schedule meetings interface, click schedule new meeting and follow the same steps as above. Like you need to click on the meetings option. You can have a list of meeting option, and we are going to explore all these options in our live session. You can see profile, meetings, webinar, personal audio conferences, phone recording, settings. Meeting, how you can schedule meeting online, that is just click on the meetings and click on the schedule meetings. The similarly you have to follow all the steps, topic, description, date and time and duration you need to mention in this one. So how to join the meeting? There are two options to join the meeting. Option number one, to join a Zoom meeting, simply click a meeting link you receive and you will be join the meeting. The second option is, for example, you do have a meeting ID with you, but you do not have the link. So open the application and click on join button. By adding meeting ID and password if required, you'll be in the meeting. So these are two options to join the meeting. Simply number one, that is most easy. Everyone can have the link and they just need to click on that link and they will be redirected to the meeting. The option two, you do not have the link, but you do have the meeting ID. So you just need to click on join and add the meeting ID and you will be in. So that was all from the presentation side. We do have one or two slides, best practices while in a Zoom classroom, but we will discuss in the end. Now I am going to share the different screen where we can have to perform the practical session. So I'm going to stop sharing here and I'm going to share the another screen. Okay, we are going to shift the session with this one. Okay. Now you can see this page, that is Google Chrome. Just let me know if you can see the screen in front of you. That is a Zoom screen, that is Google Chrome. I hope everyone can have the screen in front of him or okay, good. So simply, what can we do that we are going to log in with zoom.us. You can make the, you can do practice with, besides mean, if I'm going to apply the session, I mean, different options. If you want to apply these options on your computer, you can do it, or later on, once the session been done, you can practice at your own. So we are going to take a start, that is zoom.us. Once you click on that one, you would have this environment in front of you, and here you can find that is sign in. I'm gonna click on sign in. So it will redirect me on this page. I hope everyone is with me. Okay. I am going to sign in. As I told you, we are not going to sign in by the email or password, because if you want to sign up by this user ID and password, this is your personal user ID and password. But we do have the organization domain, so we are going to sign in by SSO. So I gonna have the page in front of me that is sign in with SSO, and it asking me that company domain. Company domain is, as I told you, that is Maeen, M-A-E-E-N. So I entered M-A-E-E-N, and I'm going to click on continue. And I am inside the meeting room. The reason behind, there is one step missed it, where it asked me for to select the Jazan University and allow me the list. The reason behind, because I'm already logged into Zoom session, so it is directly redirected me to the web login. So once you log in, you could have a similar screen which I just showed you in the presentation, that we do have a long list of options in front of us, that is profile, that is meeting, webinar, personal contacts, recording, and all these things. One by one, I'm going to discuss with you. Number one, that is, might possible some options are not available with you as a client, because I am a trainer, so I do have some little extra access for the Zoom from Jazan University. Might possible you do have some missing options, but for example, you're a trainer, you want to be training, and you're going to organize a training or sessions, and do need additional options. You can ask your management, and they can provide you the additional options. So once you click on profile, your name would be displayed over here. You can adjust your picture, and besides that, you can add your phone number, language, time zone, date format. All these can be editable, but what doesn't be editable, that is account informations. That is a licensed version for me, but you might possible you do have only a basic version, not a licensed version. Licensed version can have 300 participants at the same time can join for my organized or scheduled meeting, but for you guys, might possible 100 participants can join. But if you want to increase, or you want to take the permissions, you can communicate with your local management, and they can provide you. Sign in by your Jazan University IIT, a linked account, single sign on. It's already been done. No need to do it anything. And we are going to jump to the next option. That is important option for us. That is meetings. Sometimes it take a little bit time. It can be the reason behind that network issue, or might be sometimes the problem with the server side or something like that. It can happen. It's normal. So here we do have a meeting options, and in meetings you can find out upcoming meetings, previous meeting, personal rooms, and meeting templates. And upcoming meetings, whatever the meetings you already have scheduled, you can find them out here. And the previous meetings, whatever the meetings that already gone, you can have the record as well with you. But right now I'm going to schedule a meeting, and on right top corner you can find out there is one options that is schedule a meeting. So click on that one. So here we are going to schedule a testing meeting. So I have to give any name, test a Zoom meeting. You can add the description if you want. This is and anything you can add it. When you wanna schedule it, the date you need to mention. For example, I'm going for with the 16th Feb. Timing you need to select, it's up to you. All the timings available here, whatever the time you want to select, you can go ahead. And duration, that is important. 1 hour, 2 hour duration. For example, normally we have to go with the 2 hour, and minutes as well, you can select it. Time zone, it's automatically selected for the Riyadh, but if you are going to change the time, you are in different time zone, you can change it. Recurring meetings mean the same meeting you want to reschedule every week, every month, every year. So you can do a head with this one, and it can be, you do not need to reschedule again and again on the similar, on the same time and date. It can be recur automatically. So we do have different options, that is daily, weekly, monthly, and no fixed time. Whatever, if you want to mean like every week you do have the meeting, you do not need to go schedule again, you can use this option. Registration required, as I told you, and I like discussed about required option. This is a good option available for the registration. If you are looking to collect the email of the participant, then you need to check this box on. So once someone try to connect, I'm sorry, if someone try to connect the meeting, it will ask for the first name, last name, and email address. And once he entered his or her email, um, it will send one meeting link to your email address as well. So either you can join directly from there, or later on you can open your email and you simply click the link and you can join the meeting. Okay, we have done some basic settings. The next one is that is meeting ID. As I told you, there are two options, generate automatically or personal meeting ID. This is my personal meeting ID 83450206664. If I click on that one, so it means every time I have to I have to send a link or something like that, this meeting would remain the similar. But for example, I have to go with generate automatically. So every time you schedule the meeting, you could have the different ID. Templates you can select over here. Security passcode. Passcode means you, if you click on that one, you need to enter the password. For example, you want to make your meetings private and you do not want the outsider may have to join this meeting, so you can set the passcode. This is only a security. Yeah, it's up to you. And but remember that if you're setting up the passcode, then in the meeting link, you must send the passcode with them. Otherwise, they would not be able to join. Waiting room, I told you that only users admitted by the host can join the meeting. For example, there are 30 members who click on join meeting link, but only 10 or 15 got authentication from the administrator or the meeting organizer, they can join the meeting. So by saving the time, sometimes I do not go with this option. The reason behind, for example, right now I do have more than 50 people, so I would not be able to click everyone authentications to come into the meeting. So it would be easy for you to make it unchecked, but sometimes you need it the waiting room, so you can make it enable. Require authentication to join. If you click on that one, what happened? That sign into Zoom. Normally what happened, that people are not signed in for their accounts, and they simply click on the meeting link and they join the meeting. But if you click on this require authentication to join, so he or she must need to like enter their user ID and password. First they have to log into the Zoom account, then they can join the meeting. So all options are available. Whatever the options you needed, you can go ahead with this one. Video, by default, it's off. You can make it on and make it off. It's up to you. Pretty simple. No need to need more discussion about video and audio, telephone, computer, and both. Normally, by default, it's both, but you can select anyone. Better to go with the both. More options to show, click on that one. And you can see some other options. Allow participants to join 15 minutes before. So before start of the presentation, 15 minutes or 30 minutes, whatever the time you said, they can join 5, 10, 15 or any time. Mute participants on entry, as I discussed earlier in the presentation, that this is really important options. You must go with the mute participants upon entry, because this can distract your attention while during your presenting and someone try to enter, and at that time on his or her background someone is speaking or something like that, so it can be disturbance for the host. Breakout room pre-assigned, this could be for the students. If for example you have a class of 40 or 50 and you want to make the groups, you want to divide them 5 5 5 in the groups and give them different assignments, so you can go ahead with this option. But otherwise, if you didn't check this option, you can do it during the meeting as well. Automatically record meeting, yes, if you are a paid version client. So there are two options to go with the automatically record. Once you try to start the session, meeting start recording automatically, there would be two options. It will ask that one. Either you have to record this meeting on the local computer, the computer you are using, that one, and the second one is cloud computer. But if you are a basic user, you can even then record the sessions, but on the local computer only. Cloud recording doesn't allow that one. Yeah, you can go ahead with this one. Approve or block entry to users from specific regions or countries, but normally we don't use this option. For example, you do not want that outside Saudi Arabia can have access for this meeting, you can do it like this one. Alternative host, you can enter the email. For example, if you are not available or you need another host, for example, in case of emergency, another person can start your meeting. So you simply add the email of that alternative host or more than one host, so they can perform all the operations like you are performing. Allow alternative hosts to add or edit polls. I mean, it's up to you. You're going to give them the options to add a poll, because the next option we are going to see that how you can prepare a poll and send them to your students, your colleagues, to attempt that poll. Okay, it's done. I am going to, we can review all the options. You can see the topic, timing, duration, everything we already set, and it's good to go with the save button. I think Zoom website is a little bit busy right now, so it is taking a little time, but it's done. Okay, good. You can see all the options, test Zoom meeting, that is topic, time. And good thing is that even after you scheduled everything, you can edit it, and even you can delete it. You can see this is meeting ID, this is randomly generated meeting ID, and you can add this meeting to Google Calendar, Outlook Calendar, or Yahoo Calendar, whatever the calendar you want. If you wanted to come to know later on. Invite link, that is the link. If you want to share with your colleagues, with your students, you need to copy this link. There is an option available. You simply click on that copy invitation, and the link been copied, and you can paste in the WhatsApp groups or email, and you can send them. And whatever the options we selected, you can see video is off and audio is telephone and computer, audio both, and meeting options allow participants to join 50 minutes before and mute participants upon entry. We didn't select automatically record meeting. The reason behind that, automatically record meeting, once you start the session, it's quickly start automatically record meeting. But later on, if you are not going to select this one, later on you do have option with you, and anytime you can start I mean, like, in the top options available, that you, if you want to start recording by I mean manually, you can even during the session you can take a start for the recording. But if you're looking for, it's okay. But if you want to change something, change the date, time, or something, whatever you want to like, you can go ahead and click on edit, and it will give you an options to edit it. But if you are ready, you can click on start on the time and date of the scheduled meeting, and it will start automatically. I'm not going to click on that one, because the reason, I'm already in the session, and my current session would be disconnected if I do it like this one. Polls, there is an option you can create before or in the live streaming. You can create it. I'll do it on the live session, so you would have more interactivity. The webinar option is not enabled for everyone. What is the difference between, there are three options I discussed earlier, that is basic account, licensed account, and webinar. Basic account is for all Jazan University faculty member. You can organize unlimited time of the meetings, 3, 4 people, 10 people, unlimited time. There is no time restrictions, but there is a participant restriction, that is 100 participants can join your meeting in your basic account. The second one is licensed account, which I already have it as a trainer, and I can add 300 participants, and so it means my meetings, around 300 participants can attend over there. What are the webinars? Webinars, for example, you are going to organize the session on a bigger level, like you have 1000 or 2000 or 3000 clients over there or participants. Then you have to organize, and you are more than one host, two or three or four hosts, and you're going to big seminar type thing. So you can use this webinar option. Not everyone have this option, so if anyone need it, they need to make it enable from the administration. Personal contacts, a personal contact mean if you want to add a list of, for example, you are logged in into your mobile or from the laptop, you want to upload the contact list. Later on, you want to share the contact over whatever you want it, you can do it with your contact. Simply do it, upload from CSV file. CSV file is an extension for the contact in the Android and in the Apple phone. So you need to download on your computer and you can upload here, and all the personal contact would display in this listing. And settings. You can do some predefined settings for security or schedule meeting or in meeting. These can be the basic or advanced options. For the security, you can do many things. Require that all meetings are secured with one security options. You can make it enable or disable. Once you make all the settings, if you want to reset or modify, you can do ahead. What the security settings do it, that is required that all meetings are secured with the one following security options: a passcode, waiting room, or only authenticated user. So once it is on, you must need to select one of the options, either passcode, waiting room, or only authenticated user. So this is I mean, like, you can say the security measure for your meetings. Waiting room, you can make it enable permanently, or if you do not want it, we already discussed, no need to discuss again about this one. Require a passcode when schedule new meeting. Even if you want make it more secure that no one can schedule your meeting. For example, sometimes you are logged in and you are not on the seat, someone else try to schedule the meeting. At that time, that if this is enabled and you set the passcode, you need a passcode for schedule a meeting as well. Schedule a meeting for instant meeting. Sometimes you are not going to schedule the meeting, though this is a good practice that you have to schedule and then you start your meeting. But for example, you forget to, or you are going to start instantly, so you can start it. But if you want to set the password for instant meetings, you can do it. Personal meetings, instant meetings, and participant joining by phone, you can make criteria set that if someone is trying to connect by phone, they do need to enter the passcode and then they can enter it. This option is by default. This is enable embed passcode in invite link for one-click join. For example, you have the passcode and you want to embed it with the join link. So what happened, that is, it is invitation link. It is one-click join. So you simply click on that one and automatically join with the embedded passcode. Only authenticated meeting participants and webinar attendees can join meetings. We already discussed this one. Simple. These are the security options. It's up to you. You can go ahead. It's a long list over there. Whatever you want to. These are all the options we already discussed it. You can see. This is what that. This is one-time setting. One-time setting, and you can go ahead every time. You do not need to make settings. One time you can enable or disable, and once you try to schedule the meeting, all these options would be available over there. Now, here is one option: recordings. Recordings means you can make setting for your recordings, or you can find out your already recording which has already been done in the clouds or on the local recording, a local computer recording. So I do have a licensed version, so we can go, being a Jazan University employees, we can make online and cloud recordings. So we do have a complete list. For example, you have a long list, so you can go ahead and search them out, set the criteria that from which date and year you need, till what time you need it. So from to set the criteria and search them out, and then you can export that data locally. So you can see that I can have local recordings over here. So what can I do with these recordings? Either I can open and check, or I can delete it. So the cloud recordings, you can download it. Even there is an option available. You can download all these recordings in front of me. You can see that from here I can have options of share. I can share this recording link with my colleagues, with my teachers, with my students, or what else, the download. I can download or I can delete it. So it's up to you whatever you wanted. So here you can see all the list of recordings, whatever sessions you have done. I hope pretty clear. It's very easy option. And the last one is account profile. I already showed you in the start that was in the profile. Account profile doesn't belongs to you. That account is basic information, that education type of the account, and Jazan University with the mine domain, and my role is a member, and account owner is Jazan dash Zoom dash mine. So these are the information, account informations for your organization. This doesn't belongs to you, so no need to do anything with this one. The last one, very important options, that is reports. Reports mean you want to collect the data that who uh, attended your session, and for how long he has been attended, and how many people attended, all these things available in the usage. And you can go ahead with this one, and you can see that, for example, this was how many participants, 5 participants, and the meeting ID, test meeting, it was done by me. And so here was the meeting ID, who scheduled it, name and user email ID and group, and all the information you can find in the report. For example, I want to download this report. What should I do it? On the top corner, you can see from and to. If you want to see the more recording dates, for example, like this one, and for example, I'm from 1 to 10. Okay, let me show you. I have more than one meeting, so you can see that a complete list in front of me. So if I go ahead with this one and I want to export the list, so what should I do? I need to click on that one. For example, in last of our meeting, that was 135 people, I'm going to go with export with meeting data and show unique IDs. The reason behind unique IDs, for example, one participant joined the session 5 minutes, and then he disconnected, and again he joined. So here you can find the multiple entries. So show unique users, it means only the unique users, one user showing in the list one time only. So meeting ID displayed over here, this is meeting data. For example, if I click on that one, this would not be showing in front of you, but I checked in, you can see meeting ID, topic was user email ID, the login email ID is mentioned here. Duration was 96 minutes, and timing, start time, end time, and how many participants attended this meeting, everyone in show. Look, the good thing is, for example, this was the name, and user email if they mention over here, and you can see for how long they attended, 56 minutes, 65 minutes, 66 minutes. So complete timing, you can track your students or the colleagues or the participants. You can see Muhammad Atisham, that was only 1 minute. So everyone been mentioned that how long they've been attended over there, and all of their data available on left side. You can see the name. On the middle there is email addresses and participation time and guest and everything. You can export this data, and this would be exported in the form of Excel. That's it. I hope everything clear for you. So I'm going to engage you with one thing, that if you can see in front of you right now, might be you cannot see me. So let me show you one thing. Okay.